T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Rock the world, rock the world. With me, no worries, come with me. No worries, just come with me. No worries, just come with me.
Ooh, look at that new logo. New year, but same us. What up, everybody? It is the King and Me Show. I am King.
Hey y'all, it's me, Michelle. How y'all doing?
Hey, it is January 1st, 2024. We made it together. Another year down in our new-ish couple-ish.
Here we go.
But the King and Me Show is a live stream that goes live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Facebook, YouTube, X, and we're trying to get Instagram to work. But we go live to showcase that the dating pool out there is not all the way trash.
Not all the way.
Not all the way.
It's still a little bit of a cesspool, but it ain't all the way bad. It ain't all the way bad.
So we go on live every Monday to showcase, talk about topics around dating, relationships, and things of that nature. Share some insight, good, bad, and everything in between. Can we do that?
Yes,
Can we
we
share
can.
the good and the bad and everything in between?
Can we do it? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Before we get into today's show, I'm going to tell y'all how much I actually like her. The Rose Bowl is on right now. Alabama is playing Michigan. And before we went live, I was checking out the first half of the game. Bama was down 10-13. The game is down here out of view for y'all. So if you see me looking down like this, it's because I'm trying to see what's going on. And if I all of a sudden hop up out the seat, it's because Bama just did something fantastic.
It's funny because that's not where I thought you were going to go with that. I thought you were going to say, let me tell y'all how much I like her because look at the jersey she is wearing. So, y'all, I am wearing an Alabama Roll Tide jersey with the good old number 22 on the front. And hold up, excuse me, pardon for just a second.
Oh, y'all going to show them?
I'm going to show them. It says, what is that on the back?
Hey, that's got Smith on the back. That is a custom Alabama jersey that she's rocking. It's mine, but we needed some Alabama gear to wear for the day. So while I got the Alabama shirt, my lady got the Alabama jersey with my last name on it. Ellie, don't you even go there. Don't you even go there.
I was going to say, Ellie about to go off. Like, she going to go.
But we have some people that have already commented, so let's give them a shout out real quick before we get into it. We got Tarika Smith, same last name as well, but we are not related. She is a really good friend of both of ours, so we appreciate Tarika for popping in. Shout out to Perry Productions. Heard you a little bit up under the weather, and I hope that you are feeling better now, my man. He said that's that Smith run up the C Gap shirt. Yes, A Gap, B Gap, C Gap. It don't matter. And the significance of that number, 22, is that is my old high school jersey number. They used to call me Deuce back in the day. On YouTube, actually, if you look up, I'll link it later. It is unrelated. My high school highlights are on YouTube. It ain't like how it was today where you can just have somebody record on a smartphone and get everything together and then create your own highlight tape. But I do got some plays of me running some touchdowns, toting that rock up the C gap. And I saw that Ellie tuned in. Is there anybody else that tuned in before we get into it?
Not that I see that has commented thus far.
All right. And Ellie said over on Facebook, actually, I think this is YouTube, and missed the Bama Bowl game? Yeah, it's down here.
We still watching it. We still watching it. She's on Facebook.
Good deal. Well,
First down.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. So we got back from Canada, and we decided to do a bonus live footage Saturday night after we got back to just do a bit of a recap. So if you ever want to know anything about Toronto, Ontario, or Niagara Falls, just go back and watch that recap that we did on all of our channels that we live stream on, because I think we did a really good breakdown of just the cause, the experience in general, things to do and things to avoid.
I agree. I think it was a great recap. Hopefully you tuned in and you would tune in, and if you're following our stuff. So I'm going to take this opportunity to say, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it may be on the particular platform that you're on. Go ahead and do it. We appreciate you so much.
All right, let's get deep. We read 3 questions. One's an icebreaker, one is deep, and the other one is deeper. We are not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or platform, but we like this Let's Get Deep questions for couples. If you're interested in buying it, we do have a link in the description. Buy it using that link, though.
All right, so the first question for the icebreaker says, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple TV, or Amazon Prime?
Man, that's tough. Each one of those that you have listed have different shows that I like on them. For now, I'm going to say Amazon Prime. Ooh, Disney, though. They got all my Marvel shows that I like on there. I'm going to say Amazon Prime, because Amazon Prime has a lot of the shows, like the action shows that I love, like Jack Reacher and some of those shows. So Amazon. How about you? And why?
So I'm going to say I love all of them. It's funny because Amazon is trademarked. I can tell by the little R, but Amazon Prime is not trademarked. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But I will say I'm going to go for right now with Netflix. And that's because nah, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go with Disney Plus. Because I'm a Marvel's girl at heart. I need to be able to catch my action shows. And Disney Plus is able to link up with some stuff with the History Channel, so I can get my weird nerd girl moment.
Nerd!
I'll take it. But I'm able to get my weird nerd girl moment in through Disney Plus more so than I can from Netflix. So,
all
Disney
right.
Plus.
Let's go deep.
All right, if you could start your own business, what would it be and why?
Ooh, man. So,
wait. Pause. Flag on the play. Not in real time, but flag on the play. It's the first day of 2024, so I feel like whatever you're going to say it with authority and speak it into existence for 2024.
Okay, well, I like working with people. I believe with my MBA, let me just prop myself up real quick, that if I wanted to really take the time, effort, and energy, I could have some type of successful, profitable consulting business. So that's what I would start.
All right, so we're going to see you do that in 2024?
2025, maybe.
Whatever, start the legwork this year.
All right.
All right, so then for me, if I could start my own business, what would it be? So
we both
do. So I was just about to say, so on the technicality, King and I both have our own independent LLCs. We just don't use them to the capacity that we should be at this point. I would say for me, when I started my LLC, it's because I was doing mental health first aid training. But what I want to see with my LLC. So the way I want to grow and expand my business in 2024 is I want to do more speaking engagements, more of women's empowerment and things along those lines.
Okay.
Because that's what my writing is about. So I want to spend more time doing my writing and doing speaking engagements. And then also the other reason I have my LLC is because I'm able to funnel 1099 payments through there
Good.
without having to put in my social security number. I just put in my EIN because I have one of those here. So I'll put in my EIN to run 1099s through there.
Exactly. Now, I did have 1, 2, 3 payments through my LLC last year for speaking engagements, and we actually have one that's going to be coming up. I have to get with the program manager on it, but I want to say it's in February.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at picking up on that, but I'm going to add to my answer, actually.
Okay.
What we do here, I'm looking at having this be a business. So treating this, investing in the equipment and everything, and providing a quality show that can give value to the people that choose to tune in and watch, whether it's live or on the replay. So that's how I'm looking at taking the King and Me show into 2024, is to treat it like a business that can provide value.
From the business teacher, I say that instead of us doing an LLC, let's go with a partnership. That way we don't have to pay $300 in Maryland state taxes every year.
Bet.
All right.
I like that.
I like it. All right.
Wait. Before you do that, I do see Tarika. She said, I'm working on my business. I've been selling oils, instant shea butter, and soap and bracelets. So I'll continue to push my products and push my business so it can be better and better this year. Hey, let me know about your products. I don't know if you have a website or anything like that, but I follow your socials closely and I ain't seen no link. So you have to be able to market your stuff as well. So let me know where your products are at so I can tap in.
Okay. All right. So full disclosure, because A, it happened on camera, and B, I don't like keeping secrets from you. The first deeper card that I picked is right there. We're not going to do that one on air, but that's something that you and I can talk about offline. Oh, yeah. That was a question. I was like, let me put that back and get another one.
Okay.
Y'all need to know. So this deeper question really is deeper. It says, when were you at your happiest?
When was I at my happiness?
Happiest, yeah.
This is hilarious because we're talking about sports. I can recall being my happiest is being on the field in high school with the boys in the past, just playing on Friday nights, Friday night lights. That is when I can say truly at almost 40 years old, going back, you're talking 20 plus years now, going back to that time where I didn't care about the cold, I didn't care about the rain, I didn't care about who we were playing against, if we were slated to beat them or if they were favorites over us. Just being out there on the field with the boys Friday night, definitely my happiest.
Nice. Okay, so for me, my happiest moment was 2018-2019 school year. I was an instructional assistant at a local middle school here. I was also at my lowest weight ever. So, I battled weight and depression and so many other things throughout the course of my lifetime. But 2018-2019, I was at my lowest weight. And then I think it was like February or April of 2019, I ran in my first 5K.
Oh, nice.
And we'll say first. I ran in my first 5K, and I placed in my age category. I think I placed either second or third in my age category, so for the 30 and up. And I felt really, really good. And I felt like I was on a high with my health and my weight. I loved what I was doing because, I loved working with middle schoolers at that time, because I'll take high schoolers now. But I enjoyed everything that I was doing, and I felt really fulfilled in life, and my weight was at a good place. Like I know I need to work on my weight now. So.
Oh, same here. Same here.
So I would say it was then. It was something about the training process. So a 5K, and this feeds back into the fact that we just came back from Canada, and I think I said this to you. The reason why I was able to eventually remember what a kilometer was is because 5K is 3.1 miles. And in order for me to prepare to run a 5K, and you're talking about someone who was not athletically inclined, never played a sport, was overweight all my life, never, ever, ever played a sport. In order to train for a 5K, I took probably about like a month and a half of running, where one day I would run a mile, maybe the next day I'd run 2 miles, next day I'd run 3 miles, next day I'd run 4 miles, next day I'd try to push it to 5, and then I would come back down. So I would do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come back down, because my logic was a 5K is 3.1 miles. So if I can run 4 miles, I can run 3.1 miles. If I can run 5 miles continuously, I can run 3.1. So that's how I train for it. And I love that time.
Wow. Did you have anybody to push you, or were you just self-motivated?
Self-motivated. So the particular run, the middle school that I was working with, one of the PE teachers, she sponsored and set up this whole run for, I believe it was for autism awareness. That's why it was in April. She put it on for autism awareness, and my niece, one of my nieces, has autism, and I wanted to be able to run in that run for her. So that was my motivation. But no, I didn't have anyone pushing me or anything like that. It was just someone to honor my niece.
Good deal. Good deal. I see that Perry Production wrote, adding to King's happiness and listening to Charles and Willie Jones on each other on the schoolyard. Absolutely. Those are best times. Happiest times for sure. Look, being an adult ain't all what it was cracked up to be when I was younger.
They lied to
You
us.
got bills. When you wake up at 40 years old, depending on what shape you in, sometimes you really got to work out the old bones, muscles, and tendons before you can hit stairs. I'm going to just tell you, let me go back to when times were simpler. 17, 18.
Look, I got self-diagnosed plantar fasciitis on my right foot from hitting it while moving furniture, and it just never healed right. And now every morning I get up and I do like the slow limp to the door to be able to get to the bathroom, to be able to wake it up, and I have to roll it over this roller that I bought on Amazon, because again, I self-diagnosed with plantar fasciitis, because why go to the doctor for it? I'm supposed to have surgery next month on my foot to remove something random that popped up with age. Like, but when I was 17 and 18, I had it so good.
Exactly.
So
We
good.
both did. We both did. Today's title is New Year, Same Us. All right. Look, again, I'm just going to highlight it. We made it. Now, although we made it, this could have been a finale.
So,
Perry Production said Michelle motivated me with all of that running talk. You know, hey, for a second, I was kind of like, you know what? I could go out there and, you know,
stretch it
throw on
out.
my running shoes and hit the pavement. Then I'm like, I could get fit without doing all of that.
So, funny thing, speaking of pavement, there is a difference between running on pavement and running on the treadmill. When I was doing all of that training, like getting up to 5 miles, I was doing it on the treadmill.
Oh, and then you got out and hit the pavement?
I had to hit the pavement. Like, the actual run was sidewalk. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, you're in a track running the 5K. No, we ran through a neighborhood to hit the 3.1 miles. That's different.
How'd you do timing-wise? Did you do what you thought you would?
I did well for me. So
Okay.
again, as someone who was never an athlete in any way, shape, or form, like I played no sports. You're talking about the person who flaked out of swimming in PE. Like, that's how much I played no sports. I think I did my 3.1 in a little over 30 minutes. So we're talking about 10 minutes a mile. For me, I took it. I was like, that's good. That works for me.
Okay, Tarika asked, she said, it's 2024. Am I getting back to working out? I'm going to tell you right now, I have slacked. I am not behind yet in what I said that I was going to do, but I still have time. So am I going to get back to working out? Yes. How? I haven't planned that out yet. But the short answer is yes.
Look, I have to step on my scale tomorrow after being away from the eating habits that I was supposed to be having for like all of December. I have to get back on my scale tomorrow, and I am not looking forward to that at all. But yes, you are reading correctly. Jason is in the building.
Germany's in the building, baby. What up, Jay? Hey, Happy New Year to you. He said, I ain't getting on no treadmill with these knees. And then he says, and don't forget to try to do 500 jumping jacks a day, King. You know what? 500 a day is not bad when you think about it. Because I can wake up and do 100 easily without really warming up. So 500 a day. You know what, Jay? You know what, Jay?
Accepted.
Challenge accepted. As a
For
matter
both
of fact,
us.
I'm going to record it.
Ooh,
And
I'm not.
And send you the link privately so that you can tell that it's been done. And I'm going to try that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to make no promises past that. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm going to do 500 jumping jacks a day. And just start there. It don't have to be no big leaps and bounds. Just start there.
Well, no, you say that, but like, so what the comment that you missed before was that he said he can't stand running on concrete. The thing about concrete is it's hard on your knees. Like running in general is hard on your knees and on your joints, but concrete makes it so much worse. The best place to get running is A, on a track, or B, on the self-propelled treadmills that are in the gym. The one that are like curved, those curved ones, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if they have one base, but those are like the best things to run on because we are older. Like, let's be honest, we're older and we got to protect our joints by any means necessary.
I don't see David Goggins out there using self-propelled treadmills.
David Goggins is a whole level of fitness that, respectfully, I ain't there. So I will do the 500 jumping jacks because the jumping jacks after a while gives the same wear and tear on your knees as running. I will do that. I will segment out some time to do that, and it'll get your heart rate pumping.
Okay. Jumping back over. We almost got to a point. There's a version of our story that legit would have ended the romantic relationship today.
At 11:59. So, y'all remember, we originally had a dating contract when we first got together. We even did an episode. So, fun fact, today is our podcast, our live stream episode number 30. This is our 30th episode, but this also would have been our last episode. But one of the first things that we talked about was that King and I had a dating contract. And our dating contract had an end date of today at 11:59 p.m. And King has talked about it. The reason that he had that end date on there, or that we had that end date in there, is because King has goals that he wants to accomplish and be able to do by the time 2025 comes, when his daughter graduates from high school. He wanted to be able to do some things before then. That way, when that time comes, he can make big moves in his life and not have to be financially bound to anything. And when we first started dating, he didn't know how I would fit into that or how I would feel about all that. So we had an end date to our contract. However, throughout the course of our relationship, we have realized that we are stronger together. Come on, this might me.
Let me say it plainly. Michelle is somebody that, as I've gotten to know her, she has brought value to my life. She has been a value add, okay? And I recognize that. Had she not been a value add, I would have dropped her. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm not going to speak on that easy. Had Michelle not been a value add, the romantic part of our relationship would have been done. Could we have maintained a platonic friendship? I don't think so.
Because he would have been too in love with me.
Oh, no.
That's the version of the story that I choose to believe. I also choose to believe that Jay is right.
She Urkel, my boy. I'm going to wear you down, baby.
I'm going to wear you down.
He said she Urkel, my boy. That's one good way of putting it.
That's one way of putting it. It's not a complete lie. But
but look, she She showed up not ratchet. She showed up not boisterous. She showed up not masculine. She showed up not living under a shoe. All right. She had a lot of positives. And I say all of that because if you take a look at today's dating pool, that can be what you see just in your face most of the times. Now, let me also say this too. The good, quiet women out there that are single, they're not really as propped up as other ones can be. Kendra G has this show on Instagram that became really popular during the quarantine because people still wanted that connection with other people. What she highlights on her show, which gets a lot of views, are the ratchetness of people. Those that have, let me change that word. She highlights people that have unrealistic expectations of what they want in a partner. And the reason why I say that they're unrealistic is because they'll name things of what they want, and yet when you look at what they're coming, I'm not even going to say it, what they're coming to that relationship with, to that potential relationship with, they're not coming with a lot.
Yeah.
They're coming with more baggage, if anything. So when you ask a good quality person, well, why would I want to bring you into what I've got going on when you're dragging 50 pounds of baggage behind you? No person that is baggage free, which nobody's baggage free. I'm going to raise my hand and say, I sometimes have more red flags than a Chinese parade.
My Lord.
But,
oh my gosh.
But, when it comes to at least recognizing somebody that can be a value add, I saw that in you.
Oh.
All right? What I wasn't sure about was long term, because I wasn't going to change how I wanted 2024 to be. Like, I could not afford to do that selfishly. Could you and I rock long term past 2024 knowing that I had a clear path that I needed to take this year? If we could get into something, build on it, to have 2024 kind of be a year that's going to look a little bit different for us. We're still going to have our Monday live streams. You and I are both Toastmasters still. Yet, I'm going to have to take time that we would normally have for dates and things like that and focus on grind mode. I didn't know if you'd be okay with that.
And see, I know Jay was joking about it earlier when he put it about me, like Simone Biles and you. The reality is, and I will say this live and on camera, I'm not under duress or anything like that. King truly is amazing, and he is a phenomenal prize. And y'all, I am not stupid. My mom raised 5 kids, and let me tell you, she ain't raised 5 fools. We're not going to say how many fools she raised. We just going to say she ain't raised 5. I know value, quality when I see it. And I saw it on August 6, 2022, when I was at Ellie's house and I was introduced to him, okay? I knew then. I further knew, 2 days later when we had a virtual meeting so that you and I could just talk. I knew then. I knew on the 13th of August, 2022, when we went on our first outing and we hung out, just the gentleman that you were, the fact that you went to the place that we were going to earlier in the day, paid for our tickets, and then came back and met me. Like, I knew then that he was quality and that I wanted to be with him. Okay? I knew then. What King knew, we're not going to talk about right now. Like, this ain't about that. We talking about dating, okay? Like, I knew then that this was the man that I wanted to be with. And for me, our goals align. We both have some things that we're trying to get into in 2025, which means that in 2024, we need to grind. We both want to pay off consumer debt. So that's something we're going to focus on this year. When we read that question, which was totally unplanned, I wanted you to say something that you were realistically going to do, because this is something that we need to do. We both have LLCs that are essentially collecting dust. Like, we're paying Maryland. Maybe you actually paid your 2023, but hey, that's not
I
Neither here nor
did.
there. Um, but we're paying for this LLC, and we need to utilize it. So I want your business to boom. I want my business to boom.
Same.
I want our business to boom. And we're gonna spend 2024 making a sacrifice of maybe not spending the extra time together so that we can reach joint goals for 2025 and beyond. Like, there's so many things that we want to do. Getting up to Jay's point of life where we living overseas and, you know, doing big things, like that's where we're trying to get. So we have to make some sacrifices right now.
Jay asked a question before the statement that's on the screen now. He said, all I want is to be with a woman who has qualities that I could grow old with.
Mhm.
And then he asked a question, what qualities did King have that made you go, I want to grow old with this dude?
So, Jay, I think we should start back with what it was like when I first met King. So I didn't know anything, like not really anything about King. Ellie had shown me his YouTube page. Was it YouTube? I can't remember if it was YouTube or TikTok, but like I just saw one picture of like him in the beach or in I had gone through his Facebook page a little bit, and to know King is to know that he loves April Fool's Day. So I saw this one post of a woman's ring finger, and the sign said, I said yes. And I was like, why is Ellie trying to hook me up with him?
Yes.
Shout out to that woman, because I know who you are. Say no,
Yes.
she's cool. She's cool people. But I saw that, and I was just like, okay, I don't know what to expect. And then that day that we met, I was hot and sweaty because I came from an outdoor event. Like, first of all, August 6th is Jamaican Independence Day. My family is Jamaican. I had also come from an event that day. I was hot and sweaty. I'd been outside all day. I'm showing up at Ellie's house. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm really about to meet a man, like, looking like this. Like, my locks were up. I felt like sweat was just, like, everywhere. I was just like, oh my gosh. And I'm in Ellie's house, and some of the people I knew, some people I didn't. And then in comes this guy, like, gregarious, smile wide from ear to ear. No, they are not, Jay.
What did he say? Married men are the best to settle down
They
with?
are not. Married men are the least attractive men on the face of this earth. Let me tell you that. I saw that post and I'm like, but Ellie just said that he was single. So I was trusting Ellie more than I was trusting that post, to be honest. I was trusting Ellie more. But he came in, gregarious, smile from ear to ear, and he came in with a game. So this is supposed to be game night, and there's technically like no games because everybody knew that it was a setup for the two of us. And we sat down.
Everybody but me, actually.
Yeah, apparently everyone but King. So we sat down and we played that game. And how did I know? What does he have that makes me want to grow old with him? He has this way of bringing life to a situation and to any moment. Like, he's real and he's authentic, and you can see that in everything that he does. And he makes you want to live Moss, like I just saw it on the game. Live in the moment and enjoy what you have. And that is something that I want to, that is a quality that thank you, that I want to spend the rest of my life with. Everything else comes with it. Yes, King opens doors for me. Yes, he is a gentleman. He's appreciative. He understands my love languages and respects them and honors them. Like, we have a running joke now because of my love language of physical touch. He hears things and he wants to grow. And that's a big thing. Like, as an educator, it's not that I need someone to be overwhelmingly intelligent. Like, yes, he has an MBA, but I'm not with him because he has an MBA. What I hear is someone who does not mind growing. He looks at every opportunity as an opportunity to grow and become a better version of himself, a better version for himself, his family, and for those that he loves. And that's something that I love. He doesn't have a fixed mindset. He has a mindset where he's ready to learn. He's ready to grow. There's something that we can't figure out now as to why we can't live stream on Instagram. King is going to find out that answer before this month is over. And King is going to create a YouTube video, probably on his channel, explaining how to do this, because that's who King is. Like, that's who he is. He sees something, he processes it, figures out how he can make it better, and then he goes and he does that. Not just for him, but for other people. And that is something that I absolutely love about him, and that's something that I can grow old with.
Let me also add, because she just propped me up, and I'm like, whoa, all right.
It's
That's
true,
dope.
though.
But
It's true.
Thank you. You can also attest to this. I don't believe I've hidden my flaws from you either, right? I'm not organized. Michelle is one of the most organized people that I know.
It's
Okay?
because I have OCD.
I'm not organized. So that I have a speech impediment that can kind of be considered a flaw depending on how you look at it. She doesn't look at it as a flaw, but for me, I do. All right? But I don't let that weigh me down, you know. I've made a point to just show up as myself.
Mhm.
Not a representative, as myself. This is me. This is who I am. This is how I am. All right? And I am the first person to say, not a perfect person. All right? If you can love me for me and respect that and respect me as a human being, we can rock together. Friends, romantically, was it philia, regalia, nelia,
All the different types of love.
all the different
in
types
Greek.
of love in Greek. Yeah, all them ones. And we've talked about it on our channel.
We have.
That's all that I ask for. So if you can just be a decent human person, we can have a conversation. We can experience things together. Making a decision to live life together is a whole different ball game. But I'm not scared to do that with you in the short time that I've gotten to know you. All right? You've shown me some things that made me go, things wouldn't be difficult. I saw couples while we were out in Canada arguing over simple stuff. And you and I, sometimes we have communication glitches.
Yeah, we may have a communication glitch here or there.
But I think that we do a good job of understanding a general respect for each other. And we simply want to achieve something that I think makes everyone happy in the end, which is why I'm able to do a quick reset. If I hear something that I may not understand, I'm able to have a quick reset because I've told you this. You don't do things that are selfish, that, oh, I'm out here to get my way and screw everybody else over. No, when you do stuff, I know it's for the greater good. I may not agree with it all the time, but because I know that in the back of my head, I go, okay. And it's allowed me to also have an understanding and be able to not fully be in control of everything because I know that you're looking out for a lot more than just protecting you. And you've demonstrated that. So it doesn't make me feel like I need to protect something because you're out to just extract and not put anything back in from what you've extracted from. You haven't done that. So I can trust that. I can trust you. Jason said, it's so hard to see couples genuinely happy together. Hey man, it is, and it's rare.
So right before that comment, Jay said, that is something that triggers me. Seeing old couples hating each other always puts me into bachelor mode. And then that comment.
Oh man. And you know, if you ask most guys, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman. But I think when you hear most guys, like there's the meme of a guy's apartment being a bed, a TV, like a gaming console, and that's it. And I think that meme is a good representation of just how easy a guy can live life, and being that he doesn't need much. I used to always say I value three things: peace, quiet, and freedom. All right? And as long as you don't interfere with my peace, with my quiet, and with my freedom, we're good to go. Speaking of freedom, though, can we talk about it? Right before here, when I was dropping off Castle, the store.
Oh, but that was for the
But it was
greater good.
for. Are we okay to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so my daughter was going back to her mom's today. All right, and they don't live far. It's like a 5 to 10 minute drive. And I was looking at stopping by a store before I came back to my place. And as I'm literally thinking of what I'm going to get from the store, I never said nothing to Michelle about none of this. Because it didn't care for her. Oh, we got a touchdown? Touchdown!
Yes. Roll Tide. Sorry.
Roll Tide.
Sorry.
My bad.
He warned y'all that he'd be looking, but I saw that coming down. I was like, wait a minute.
Whew.
Let me make sure it was good. Yes,
All right.
baby.
So,
We needed that touchdown.
Yes, we did.
needed that touchdown. I'm sorry.
so
Go
to
ahead.
refocus, I would have done the same thing.
Squirrel. Go.
But to refocus, when I was about to leave, she goes, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna need a favor," or something like that. And I said, "What's up?" She goes, "When you drop off Castle, come back home." And I'm like, "Are you reading my mind? Did I say something out loud that gave you an indication that I was going to stop by the store, right?" And I told her why I wanted to go to the store. She goes, "You don't need to spend money though. Come home. Go ahead and come back. Don't stop by a store. Just come back home." And I'm like, I'm tight. I'm tight. The back of my head is like scrunching up because I'm like, but I had this plan already. Freedom. Yet, when I did take a second to pause what I was going to the store for, when I really go back and I think about all of the money that I spent on certain drinks or whatever, that could have been money towards paying off interest on a loan or something like that, right? So, and it's not like I need it as an essential part of my day. She goes, "Nope, you got coffee, I'm making dinner for you, you're straight, just come home." And she said it in a way that she wasn't demanding. And it's all about your presentation, how you can talk to somebody, how you convey a message to where the person can understand it, even if it goes against everything in their bones. And she did a good job of that. And when I stopped, I knew why she was doing it.
The funniest part about it is I uttered it, I saw his reaction, and then I instantly regretted it. Not because of his reaction, but because as I was saying it to him, I'm looking in his fridge and I'm looking in his freezer, and they're both reflective of the fact that we had just been gone for like 10 days. And in my head, I'm like, oh snap, no wait, I kind of need him to have some groceries. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to cook this man dinner, and there's nothing in the fridge because we had been gone for 10 days. Like, oh snap. And I just told him not to spend money, so I can't renege on this. We gotta find something in this freezer. So I'm like instantly grabbing tilapia pieces and putting them in cold water so that they can thaw out, so that I can make him dinner. Because I'm like, he needs to eat something because I just told him not to spend money. And I know that not spending money is for the greater good. Like, this will help him be able to pay off something. And that's not to say, like, no, Samara, seriously, you really do need to get some groceries.
Hey, that's what Instacart's for.
That's
so I'm
what
gonna
Instacart
place
is
it
for.
because this week's gonna be busy for both of us.
Yeah, we're completely busy. But in that moment, it's just like, it's not that I'm trying to be bossy. It's not that I'm trying to be controlling. But we both told each other the goals that we have for 2024 and beyond. And we are going to need moments like that where the other person is like, but do you really need it? Is it something that can be achieved? Like, is the feeling that you're trying to get, can it be achieved elsewhere that does not cost you money or something like that? So I hated saying it. I immediately wanted to take it back when I opened up that fridge.
That's funny.
I really wanted to take it back, but I couldn't. It's like toothpaste. Once it's out, it's out. But yeah.
He said, buy real garlic or ginger. Hey, I like both. So owning and buying garlic or ginger, I'll add that to the grocery list. I'll add some ginger because I can do different things.
Wait,
with
is that for energy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think so anyway. I want someone. Ooh, that comment went away.
I want
too fast.
someone I can be vulnerable with.
Hey,
That's what Tarika said.
Tarika, it's interesting. Jay, comment on this. I think you don't hear guys say that often, but I also want to say this. I have no problem being me, sharing my flaws, because anybody that can accept that, great. In essence, that's being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Guys don't necessarily say it that way, though. So I'm curious, Jay, what's your thoughts on that? I believe I know what they are, but I want to see you type them. Tarika said, I want somebody I could be vulnerable with.
Mm-hmm.
Guys don't express it that way. I think guys would say, I want somebody who I can be myself with, and they don't step on that, right?
And
I think that's how guys say it.
I think that's wholly because if you all have a negative connotation with the word vulnerable. It comes from a long history of you all being exactly what that word means, being vulnerable and sharing every part of yourself with a woman, and then a woman using it against you later. So you have a negative attachment to that word, and because of that negative attachment, even though you may do those things, like you share every part of yourself with a woman, you don't consider it being vulnerable, because when you hear that word vulnerable, you immediately think of a woman's going to take advantage of it. She's going to throw it back in my face later.
100%. I struggle with that because I counsel young men not to share every single thing with their significant other with, because I don't know. Oh man, am I going to go here? Yes.
Go.
I think that in all relationships, when things are easy, they're fun. When it's in the early honeymoon phase of everything and you're trying to be your best self and be that best representative, yet at the same time, you're gathering intel, you're collecting things. And the moment that somebody's mad, the more emotional one will tend to be the first one to use something in that information gathering that they have acquired to try to get under the skin to win in an argument, which is the wrong thing to do. Why are you so worried about winning or one-upping someone instead of maybe taking a step back, seeing what the actual issue is, and then working with that person that you're in a relationship with to find a common ground on something? The moment that you try to one-up somebody, I think that the relationship's done. People want to talk about counseling and stuff. I think if you ever get to the point to where you get the counseling, the relationship's done, because you haven't figured out how to communicate to that other person yourself to get through things and build and live life.
And I don't think that is to say that counseling is a bad thing, but hear what he's saying. King is saying that if you don't know how to communicate with your partner independent of a third party being there, that in essence your relationship is done, because you two need to know how to communicate with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that's something you and I do well. Even if there may be a communication glitch, we don't sit there for long, and we make sure we take the time to understand the perspective of where the other person was coming from, and then clarify ourselves as far as like what we were saying and what we meant. If you don't mind, can I share a story from yesterday?
Go ahead.
So yesterday we were sitting at the counter, and I didn't have my glasses on, and so I can't see, y'all. I can't see far distances. There was nothing near me. I didn't have my cell phone or my Fitbit or anything like that. So the only thing that was near was the stove clock and the microwave clock, but neither one of them were in my eyesight for me to be able to see. and I asked King what time it was, and I think, King, you thought that I was asking to for any other reason other than I legitimately just wanted to know the time. And then you brought that up to me today, and I was like, what is King talking about? And that's something that I realized that we're still in that growing phase with one another. So we're still trying to understand how we communicate with one another. That just so happened to be a time where it's not like I was trying to ask another question other than I legitimately couldn't see and just desired to know what time it was.
And let me share what went through my head. So her and I are both facing the direction of the oven, facing the direction of the microwave clock. So when she asked me, I'm trying to figure out why she's asking me. Instead of just answering the question, I said something to the effect of the time on the clock in the microwave is correct. Like, not trying to be rude or anything. I was just trying to interpret why she's asking me instead of just answering the question. And she said, oh yeah, I can't see that. And then I looked over and I saw she didn't have her glasses, and I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. And I gave her the time. That's an instance of a small. I'm gonna call it a communications glitch, a small communications glitch on really the receiver side being me, because I could have just answered her question, but I was trying to anticipate why she was asking me instead of just answering it. And I did that a couple of days prior, and I was telling Michelle, I don't remember the exact instance, but I know that I did that to her prior, trying to anticipate why she's asking instead of just answering the question. Sometimes it's literally just as simple as, what time is it?
Blind Bertha just can't see. I just ain't got no glasses on. Like, I can't see. I'm sorry. I should wear my glasses more often than I do. But
so as I was telling her that, she goes, oh, I didn't really think anything about it. I said, no, why you didn't? I said, for me, I know what I did, and I want to get better about simply just listening and answering. Okay? Not trying to anticipate why, like, what's this woman over here doing? Like, why she asking me? Like, I didn't feel that way or anything like that. But I think over time, when you see that happen to people, it's because they did get that way. Mm-hmm. And they let things occur, and they hadn't figured out how to properly communicate simple things to whoever they're in a relationship with. So
let it happen. Thank you, baby. So I hear that, and for me, I'm just like, that's growth mindset right there, right? Growth mindset says, I'm not perfect. I recognize that there are areas where I can improve, and I'm going to work on doing it. And you do that, yes, for you. You also do some of it for the person that you love. That's who King is. Like, that's just who you are in general. You don't have a fixed mindset. You want to grow in various ways. It just so happens to be one of the things that I love about you. But I see that, and I'm just like, I love it. Okay. He wants to grow. He perceives something as an issue. He calls it out, communicates it, and now we can grow. Whoo, that was missed. Whoo, praise God. We can grow from there. I love that about you.
Now, that's interesting that we're talking about this now, because next week's episode is going to be titled, but that's not what I said. And we're popping it up on the screen here because we've gotten our things updated, right? We're going into, while it's New Year, same us, we are making some improvements to our show and what we are doing. So that is our logo for next week. Shout out to our creative producer, creative designer over there. We're going to give you an extra title as well.
I'm getting a promotion. But I will say, so part of being a great leader is knowing when to outsource and tap into other people. So shout out to Prodigal Designs for making our logo. I just changed the draft of our title card, our thumbnail that will pop up. So next week is episode 31. Like, we've been doing this for 30 weeks.
30 weeks.
30 weeks, babe.
Who would have known? Apparently
I
you
did. I told you.
because I didn't.
I told you from jump. Like, y'all, I'm going to say this to y'all because I've said it to King 1,100 times. I knew from that moment when we first met up Ellie's house that we would be together. And from that first outing that we went on, that 12 hour date that we had, 30 weeks, Jack. I knew from that first outing that we had, that Saturday, August the 13th, 2022, I knew from then that we would be together.
Pair Production said, I need some widescreen video clips for the new introduction. Hey, we got you. We got you. That is something that we've talked about and plan on getting to you ASAPidly.
So yes, again, part of being a good producer and whatever title King just gave me is knowing that other people are smarter than me and able to do more things. So shout out to Prodigal Designs for our logo, and shout out to Perry Productions for our intro video. And as you just saw, we do have to give him updated content. And the beautiful thing is we just spent 10 days together, so we got nothing but content to give you. So we'll definitely make sure we get some widescreen video clips for that new thing and get you the logo ASAPidly. But I knew. August 6th, I knew. August 13th, I knew. Like, I knew.
I don't know how you know these dates like
because,
that.
baby, I fell in love with you. Like, I know these things.
Oh.
I even know the anniversary when you first said I love you to me is coming up.
What date is that?
February the 3rd.
How do you know? Never mind.
I don't think we can say on camera how I know.
Ha ha! You clued me in. That plus the question. So, that's going to be our episode for next week. And I think sharing what we shared when we thought about what we were going to talk about for next week. Communication is one of the, is it 3 or 4? Communication, intimacy, finances. So 3. Those are the big 3 that kills relationship. We can cover communication in like maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 different live streams because there's different angles and different ways that you can cover it about how you can improve your relationship with someone that you're having to improve the relationship in your communications, or how it can fail, or you can miss these different milestones or gates or things, whereas you didn't catch it here, and then things built up here, and then there was another area where you could have caught it, but you chose not to say nothing or address it, and then it builds to where it then collapses because you never took times during those gates to either address things in yourself or together to improve on things. So next week's episode is going to be about that, right? Several things that we've had that we hope that just by sharing it, you can gain something in it in value to maybe give you a different idea on how to attack something. We don't have all the answers, but we're choosing to do this. We're choosing to share things publicly that other people, hey, look, you don't see a lot of couples doing this. You don't see a lot. I think.
Especially at some that look like
us. Yeah. So, let me just say that. That's it. That's where we are at. That, I think, ends our show. And I ain't saying that just to get us off so I can finish the game. Because that also means that for the most part, our vacation is officially over.
That's why I'm not trying to end the stream, because the second this stream ends, that means that I have to go back to work tomorrow. And I'm sitting here like, Snowstorm, where are you? Like, where is anything that's gonna say I haven't been home. So like, I have to go home, get my car key, and sit and let my car run for like 30 minutes before I go to sleep tonight. Like, while I'm doing odds and end things, I have to sit and let my car run because I have a 1-minute commute to work and my battery is gonna need some love. Like, even though it's a new battery, I still want it to last. So I need to go give that some love. And all of this means that I have to leave. And like, I don't want I don't want to.
We have been together since December, what was it again? 23rd?
23rd.
December 23rd. Every day. It's the longest piece of time like that we spent around each other consistently.
Like-
And we had minor glitches during that time, which tells me that, hey, you know, people that have been together longer than a year will say, all right, well, talk to me when y'all have been together consistently for 6 months, been together consistently for a year, where you can see how people like to leave certain things in certain areas, or hey, why do you do this way versus, you know, blah blah blah. And I get asked that question, and I just be like, it's just how I do things.
So that's a fair question. So that was a question I asked you this week while we were together. I said, what is one thing about me that, I don't remember how I worded it, but it was something like, one thing that I do that you won't like when we live together, or something like that. What was your response for one thing that I do?
We'll share that next week.
Oh, okay. So that means you got to come back to hear what he said, the one thing that I do that he is not looking forward to when we move in together. And then I'll share with y'all the one thing that I told King. So that means you just got to come back next week. So
Hey, Jay, how do I reach you? Because I've shared, hey, send me an email at theactualkingsmith@gmail.com, because we used to have our separate link trees. And in those separate link trees, like I had all of my social media, she had all of hers, to include like our emails or whatever too. But yes, I have Facebook Messenger on both my personal Facebook page, which isn't public. I don't hide it or anything, and my The Actual King Smith Facebook page. I get my Messenger messages and chats and stuff on both of those. So shoot me an email and let me know like how I can send you my Facebook Messenger stuff or whatever, so that it's easy to connect with. Plus, I don't know if you use WhatsApp. I do. I can give you my number so that we can link up on WhatsApp as well, man. I don't mind doing that. So that's our live for today.
that's our live for today.
Alabama is winning 17-13 with 6 minutes left. Let's get you situated so that I can take you back home and catch the game and get ready for my next follow-up
Man,
live stream at 9 o'clock.
King had a live stream on the sports channel, and then I did my personal live stream. Then we did this one, and then he's taking me home because I haven't driven in a while.
Let's close with this. Last night we went to Dave & Buster's with Cassie,
His ex-wife,
Jonathan Kirksey,
his ex-wife's boyfriend,
Castle,
his daughter,
and Chris.
his daughter's boyfriend.
All 6 of us went to Dave & Buster's. We just had dinner from 10 to midnight. Right at midnight, Dave & Buster's machine shut down, even though that they said they were supposed to be open until 1. But we all say, hey, look, being that some of us is approaching 40, as soon as it's midnight, we go Happy New Year, we kiss each other, and then it's, all right, let's be out. So we went and we had that experience yesterday. In my opinion, it was good. And it was something that you said, that in 2 years, my daughter's going to be an adult. Who knows how often she's going to spend
Oh, yes!
with us to spend New
It's
Year's,
2013, y'all. Roll Tide.
holidays, and things together like that. So being able to spend it with both of her parents and have both of her parents' significant others also, like everybody be okay with each other, is a good thing. Jonathan Kirksey, I grew up with him. He's a cool dude. Shout out to him. And so to be able to see him and everybody have dinner, share a few laughs and jokes and things like that was a really dope thing. So that's how we brought in our new year. Hope everybody brought in their New Year's with loved ones, family, friends, whoever. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, baby.
Happy New Year, baby. Hey, that jersey look good on you. Take it home. Take it home.
I'm saying.
All
Oh, so
right.
I was going to ask you about that because, especially when they won, I want to see baby. I told you I have a student who's a Michigan fan, like
Yeah.
die-hard Michigan fan,
Okay.
and then there's the other student who goes by the nickname Bama. Like, I was going to ask if I could represent. So
Go
the
ahead,
fact that
baby.
you let me,
Go ahead. Yeah.
hey, I don't care. I'm gonna wear a jersey tomorrow. I will be all right with life.
Good deal. Good deal.
Thank you.
Hey, to Jay, Tarika, Ellie, everybody that popped in the live, Perry Productions, those that are going to catch this on the replay, we salute y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you hadn't hit the like button, please hit the like button on your way out. Follow our content as we share little clippings and things and other stuff. Like last week, we shared the days while we were in Canada and things like that. That wasn't planned, but it worked out really good. It caused us to get a number of new subscribers to our YouTube channel, like just around 200 or so odd new subs to our YouTube channel. So we're thankful for that.
Yes, we are. We are.
And we'll be back next Monday. But that ain't what I said. That's the name of the title.
Oh, yeah. What did you say? Sorry, that is the name of the title for next week. But that's not what I said. So we look forward to seeing you all. Have a wonderful week. Do the opposite of what we're about to do for this week. We want y'all to go into 2024 easy. King and I have something on the schedule every single day this week except for Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I think Saturday is the only day that neither one of us have anything on our schedule.
I'll be going to the gym on Saturday.
All right, so Saturday is the only day that I don't have anything on my schedule, and I guess I'll probably write.
Good.
That's all right.
You should. Take the time to write. Yes, babe. Please do that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we end our show. Tarika said, I think a couple needs to actually listen to each other. Yes. How they do that is a mystery to some people, but we're going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We out. Peace. The mics probably help that sound extra
I
juicy.
know. I love it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.